Hi, I am Ajin Leo, English tutor. Today we are learning NCERT syllabus, 10th Standard English, first lesson, A Letter to God. The author of the story, A Letter to God, is Fuentes. He was one of the greatest writers of that time. He was a Mexican poet, novelist, and also journalist. The story here is one taking place in a Latin American country. The story revolves around the idea of having unquestionable faith in God. Lencho is a farmer who is the protagonist of the story. Let's move to the story. There is only one house in the valley. The lonely house looks as if a golden pearl among the green blankets. The house is situated on the top of a low hill. We could get a great scenic view from there. We could see the river and cornfield and so on. And the cornfield of the valley expecting a rain for a good harvest. As Lenjo had years of experience in corn farming, he knew that he needed at least a little shower for a good harvest. So throughout the morning, as soon as he woke up, he came outside and see the sky anticipating a rain. Lenjo told his wife that they needed some water for his field by assuming that there was no rain in that day. While she was preparing supper for her family, she confessed that everything happened according to God's wish. Lenjo's elder sons still working in the field, and his younger children were playing around the house. Having finished supper, Lenjo's wife called them to have the meal. While they having the meal, Lenjo could hear some bitter patter sounds outside. After he rushed outside, he could see a hidden big dark clouds were raised from the northeast mountains. Soon he felt the fresh air, and the air has the taste of water. Lenjo realized there would be rain and felt so happy. Instantly, the rain started to hit the land. Hence he remained outside and feel the raindrops on his body. Lenjo said to everyone with an overwhelming of excitement that those were not raindrops, each drop resembles to new coins. The big drops had the value of 10 cents, whereas the little drops had the value of 5 cents. Within a minute, Lenjo could see the rain which fell over his cornfields as the curtain covered his whole field. Suddenly, strong winds started to blow. Following this, there were hailstones. It resembles silver coins having more worth. His children started to enjoy the rain, and they ran out and started to collect the hailstones. Here, hailstones are compared to a frozen pearls. After a while, Lenjo realized that the hailstones were going to ruin his crops, but he hoped that it would end soon. Unfortunately, the heavy rain lasted an hour. The entire valley was filled with hailstones. Lenjo's cornfield washed out completely and looked white as if it was filled with salt. They couldn't see even a single leaf on the trees. The field was totally vanished. Lenjo was disappointed and his heart was filled with sorrows. He just walked among the field and said that even the swarm of locusts left some flowers and leaves. But this heartless hailstorm destroyed our field completely. So this year would be a worst one. We couldn't harvest a single corn. The entire family felt the real darkness on that night. Lenjo said that his entire hard work gone into vain. No one was going to help us. This year we don't have anything to eat, so we were going to appetite this year. But the entire family had a faith on God, and they believed that God would help them. With a great confidence, Lenjo consoled everyone not to be upset. We were not going to die because of hunger, because it was already written that none of a person in that country die of hunger. Although Lenjo gave a confidence to his family, he couldn't sleep throughout the night. Now he had a single hope on God. Basically, Lenjo was a hard-working person. He worked like an ox in the field. But now all his hard work became useless. So he decided to ask help from God. He decided to write a letter to God. So the next Sunday at the midday, Lenjo started to write letter. Then bring that letter to town for mail the letter. He wrote like this: God, a brutal hailstone swallowed my entire cornfield. If you do not help me and my family left to starving. So I need at least 100 pesos to restart my work and satisfy our hunger. After wrote this, he folded up and kept it into the envelope and wrote to God over the envelope. He went to the post office and pasted the stamp over the envelope, then he put it into the mailbox. The same day, when postman checking the other mails, he found this letter with the receiver's address to God. With a heavy laugh, he brings the letter to his boss and said that in his career, first time he had seen this letter with such address. Hence, the letter reached to the postmaster. The postmaster, he looks fat and friendly person. He too burst out of laughing after he had seen the letter. But soon the postmaster astonished the faith of a person. So he decided to respect his faith. Suddenly, an idea struck his mind. According to his idea, he decided to answer his letter. But when he read out the entire letter, he realized that he needed more than his answer. So he collected money from his employees. And he himself contributed with a good amount of money. He collected money from his friends too, as a part of charity. Anyhow, he couldn't collect 100 pesos, but he managed to collect more than half of the amount. And the postmaster put back the money and letter in the mailbox. He wrote a single word in the letter, God. The next Sunday, as the postmaster expected, Lencho came to post office little earlier and inquired about his letter. The postman handed over the letter. Postmaster is watching Lencho from his office. Postmaster felt blessed as he had done a good deed to a poor farmer. When Lencho opened his letter, he saw the money. But he doesn't show any surprise on his face, and he started to count the money. He had such a faith on his God. Suddenly he got angry as there were no 100 pesos. He thought God neither made mistake nor denied his request. So he had a doubt over the employees who were working in the post office. So he decided to write a letter again. He went back to the postman and asked a pen and paper, then went to the writing table, start to write again. When he finished writing, he went back to the window, bought a stamp, pasted it on the envelope, then posted it in the mailbox. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it, then started to read. It was said, God, I asked 100 pesos. Out of 100 pesos, I reached only 70 pesos. As I need remaining 30 pesos very much, send me immediately. But hereafter, don't send me the remaining amount through this post office, because the employees working in the post office were bunch of crooks, meaning unbelievable people, by Lencho. So we ended this story with a great humor. If you have any doubt over this story, or if you have any suggestion, don't hesitate to tell me. Whatever your comments related to this lesson, write it in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe and follow my channel. Thank you.